Sarah, a modest woman in her 30s, lived quietly in a small town. She had no wealth, no grand ambitions, but a heart vast enough to embrace the impossible. One rainy afternoon, she visited an orphanage, a place where dreams went to fade. There, she met 5 brothers, boys no one wanted. Labeled troubled, they were scarred by rejection, their eyes a mix of fear and defiance. Society had given up on them, but Sarah saw something different, hidden potential, waiting for love. Against all odds, she decided to adopt them. "You're insane," her friends exclaimed. 5 boys? They'll break you. But Sarah wasn't swayed. She saw not burdens, but boys who needed her. The adoption process was a battle. Paperwork piled up, officials doubted her. A single woman raising 5 problem kids. Unthinkable. Yet Sarah persisted, driven by a fierce belief in second chances. The day the boys arrived, chaos followed. They fought, broke things, tested her patience. Sarah didn't flinch. She cooked warm meals, mended torn clothes, and stayed up late, soothing their nightmares. Slowly, the boys' walls crumbled. They began to trust, to call her Mom. Money was scarce, doubts were endless, but Sarah's love was unwavering. She wasn't just building a family, she was planting seeds for a miracle. The world couldn't see it yet, but these boys would grow into men who'd do the extraordinary. 25 years later, their story would leave everyone speechless. What did they achieve? That's a secret the years would reveal, a testament to a mother's unshakable faith. Sarah's home, once quiet, now echoed with the chaos of 5 boys. Aged 6 to 14, the brothers, Jake, Liam, Noah, Ethan, and Caleb, carried baggage heavier than their tattered suitcases. Each had a story of loss, etched in their guarded hearts. Sarah, now Mom, faced a storm she hadn't anticipated. The boys fought daily, their trust in adults shattered by years of rejection. Jake, the eldest, rebelled most, sneaking out at night. Liam barely spoke, haunted by memories. Noah's temper flared over small things, while Ethan and Caleb clung to each other, fearing betrayal. Sarah's patience was tested hourly, spilled food, broken lamps, endless arguments. Yet, she never raised her voice. She cooked their favorite meals, sat through their silences, and read bedtime stories, even when they scoffed. Neighbors whispered, doubting she'd last. "Those boys are trouble," they said. Money dwindled fast, her savings couldn't keep up with growing appetites and school supplies. Sarah took extra shifts at her diner job, exhaustion carving lines on her face. But her resolve never wavered. One night, Jake ran away, leaving a note, "I don't belong here." Sarah searched for hours, finding him shivering by the river. Instead of scolding, she hugged him, whispering, "You're mine now." That moment cracked Jake's defenses. Slowly, the boys began to open up. Liam shared a drawing, Noah smiled at a joke, and the twins, Ethan and Caleb, helped with chores. Sarah's love was a quiet force, reshaping their world. But the journey was just beginning, and the unthinkable future was still years away, waiting to unfold. Sarah's home was a battlefield of growth, where love clashed with doubt. The boys, once strangers, were now her sons, but trust was fragile. Jake, the eldest, still carried a chip on his shoulder, questioning Sarah's every move. Liam's silence hid a world of pain, while Noah's outbursts tested her patience. Ethan and Caleb, the youngest, followed their brother's lead, unsure of this new family. Sarah, undeterred, wove structure into their chaos. She set routines, breakfast at 7, homework at dusk, and nightly talks by the fireplace. These moments, small but deliberate, became their glue. She listened to their fears, never pushing too hard. One evening, Noah broke a vase in anger. Instead of punishment, Sarah handed him a broom, saying, "We fix what we break, together." That lesson stuck. School was another hurdle. The boys lagged behind, mocked for their past. Sarah met with teachers, advocating fiercely. She tutored them at night, her diner shifts leaving her drained but determined. Slowly, progress showed. Liam's drawings filled with color, Jake's grades improved, and Noah's temper softened. Ethan and Caleb began to laugh, their twin bond a spark of joy. But challenges loomed. A social worker questioned Sarah's ability to cope, threatening to separate the boys. Sarah fought back, her voice steady in court, "They're my sons, and I'll never give up." Her conviction won. The boys saw her strength, and something shifted, they started believing in her, and in themselves. Sarah wasn't just raising them, she was forging a legacy. Years later, that legacy would reveal itself in ways no one could predict, a story that would echo far beyond their small town. Years passed, and Sarah's home transformed from a war zone to a sanctuary. The boys, once wary, began to root themselves in her love. Jake, now 16, discovered a knack for fixing things, bikes, radios, even Sarah's old car. His hands, once clenched in anger, found purpose. Liam, the quiet artist, filled sketchbooks with vivid dreams, his silence giving way to stories on paper. Noah, whose temper once defined him, joined the school soccer team, channeling his fire into goals. Ethan and Caleb, the twins, excelled in science, their curiosity boundless. Sarah nurtured their talents, scraping together funds for art supplies, soccer cleats, and science kits. She worked double shifts, her diner apron worn thin, but her smile never faded. The townsfolk, once skeptical, began to notice. Sarah's boys, they called them, with a hint of pride. But life wasn't easy. Jake faced bullies who taunted his past. Liam struggled with self-doubt, hiding his art. Noah's team lost more than they won, and the twins faced pressure to outshine each other. Sarah was their anchor. She attended every game, framed Liam's sketches, and cheered Jake's repairs. At night, she'd gather them for family council, where they shared fears and dreams. One evening, Jake admitted, "I want to be someone you're proud of, Mom." Sarah's eyes welled up. "You already are," she said. These moments forged a bond stronger than blood. The boys were no longer unadoptable, they were hers, and she was theirs. Sarah couldn't foresee the future, but she knew her love was shaping it. Decades later, the world would marvel at what these boys became, a testament to a mother's unwavering faith. As the boys grew, Sarah's home buzzed with ambition. Jake, now 18, fixed cars at a local garage, saving for college. His once rebellious heart now dreamed of engineering. Liam's art won school awards, his quiet confidence blooming under Sarah's praise. Noah, the soccer star, led his team to a regional championship, his fiery spirit now a beacon of leadership. Ethan and Caleb, the twins, built a solar-powered model car, earning a science fair prize. Sarah, their unwavering cheerleader, juggled bills to fund their dreams. Her diner wages stretched thin, but she sold her old jewelry to buy Jake tools, Liam paints, and the twins a microscope. "Your dreams are my dreams," she'd say. The boys noticed her sacrifices, her worn shoes, skipped meals. One Christmas, they pooled their pocket money to buy her a scarf. Sarah cried, not for the gift, but for their growing hearts. Challenges persisted. Jake faced rejection from colleges, his past a shadow. Liam feared his art wasn't enough. Noah's team lost a crucial match, and the twins grappled with teenage doubts. Sarah countered each setback with faith. She helped Jake rewrite applications, framed Liam's latest piece, coached Noah on resilience, and spent nights studying with the twins. The community began to rally. A teacher mentored Liam, a coach scouted Noah. Jake got a scholarship offer. The twins' project caught a local scientist's eye. Sarah's love had turned unwanted boys into young men with purpose. They weren't just surviving, they were thriving. As they stood on the cusp of adulthood, Sarah knew their journey was far from over. The world awaited the unthinkable, a legacy her love had sparked, ready to ignite in ways no one expected. The boys stood at the edge of manhood, their dreams now bold horizons. Jake, 20, enrolled in an engineering program, his hands skilled from years of fixing broken things. Liam's art earned him a spot in a prestigious art school, his once hidden talent now a beacon. Noah, with his soccer scholarship, became a college team captain, inspiring others with his grit. Ethan and Caleb, now 17, won a national science competition, their solar project drawing attention from tech firms. Sarah, their rock, watched with pride, her heart full despite an empty wallet. She worked tirelessly, her diner shifts longer, yet her spirit unbreakable. "You're my legacy," she told them. But the world wasn't kind. Jake faced classmates who doubted his rough past. Liam battled imposter syndrome, fearing his art wouldn't measure up. Noah suffered a knee injury, threatening his career. The twins faced pressure to choose separate paths, straining their bond. Sarah was their compass. She wrote Jake letters of encouragement, attended Liam's exhibitions, cheered Noah through rehab, and reminded the twins their strength was together. One night, the boys found Sarah's old diary, filled with her fears and hopes for them. "I pray they'll soar," she wrote. Moved, they vowed to honor her. Jake designed a community workshop, Liam painted a mural for the town, Noah mentored young athletes, and the twins launched a STEM program for underprivileged kids. Their small acts rippled, earning the town's respect. Sarah's sacrifices had built not just men, but changemakers. As they carved their paths, the seeds of something extraordinary grew. The world was yet to see the unthinkable impact they'd unleash, a testament to a mother's love that defied all odds. The boys, now young men, faced a world that tested their resolve. Jake, 22, graduated with an engineering degree, landing a job designing sustainable tech. But layoffs hit his firm, shaking his confidence. Liam's art gained local fame, but critics called it too raw, stinging his sensitive soul. Noah, recovered from his injury, aimed for pro soccer, only to face fierce competition. Ethan and Caleb, in college, struggled to fund their renewable energy startup, rejected by investors. Sarah, ever their anchor, felt their setbacks deeply. Her health faltered, long diner shifts left her frail, but she hid her pain, focusing on her sons. "You're stronger than you know," she'd say, her voice a lifeline. She helped Jake refine his resume, critiqued Liam's new pieces, drilled Noah on drills, and brainstormed with the twins. The boys, inspired by her grit, pushed forward. Jake pitched a solar panel design, winning a contract. Liam's bold exhibit sold out, silencing doubters. Noah made a semi-pro team, his passion infectious. The twins secured a grant, their startup gaining traction. Sarah's home, once chaotic, now hosted late-night talks of dreams and plans. The boys noticed her fatigue, her coughs, her thinner frame. One evening, they surprised her with a spa day, funded by their earnings. "You gave us everything, Mom," Jake said, tears in his eyes. Sarah smiled, masking her weakness. The town began to buzz about Sarah's boys, their achievements a local legend. But the greatest chapter was yet to come. Their love for Sarah and her lessons of resilience were forging something extraordinary. As they built their lives, the unthinkable loomed, a legacy that would redefine their story and stun the world, rooted in a mother's boundless sacrifice. Time etched deeper lines on Sarah's face as her son soared. Jake, now 25, led a team designing eco-friendly tech, his innovation saving communities energy. Liam's art graced galleries, his raw style inspiring a new generation. Noah played pro soccer, his tenacity earning him fans. Ethan and Caleb's startup thrived, their solar solutions powering remote villages. But Sarah's health was fading. Her cough worsened, her energy drained, yet she hid it, fearing she'd burden her boys. She still worked at the diner, smiling through pain, saving every penny for their futures. The boys, busy with their lives, didn't see the signs at first. Jake was abroad for a project, Liam prepped for a major exhibit, Noah trained relentlessly, and the twins were buried in research. But Caleb, the most observant, noticed Sarah's trembling hands one evening. He alerted his brothers. They returned home, shocked at her frailty. "Why didn't you tell us, Mom?" Liam asked, voice breaking. Sarah shrugged, "You were chasing your dreams." Guilt hit them hard. They'd been so focused, they'd missed her sacrifice. The boys rallied, taking her to doctors. Tests revealed a treatable but serious condition. They pooled their savings, refusing to let her work. Jake built her a cozy home office, Liam painted her room with vibrant murals, Noah cooked her favorite meals, and the twins installed solar panels to cut costs. Sarah protested, but their love overwhelmed her. As she recovered, the boys realized their success meant nothing without her. Their gratitude fueled a bold idea, one that would honor Sarah's legacy. The unthinkable was near, a plan so grand it would echo her love across the world, forever changing their story. Sarah's recovery brought the boys closer, their gratitude for her igniting a shared vision. They'd achieved success, Jake's ecotech, Liam's art, Noah's soccer fame, and Ethan and Caleb's solar startup, but it wasn't enough. They wanted to honor Sarah, the woman who'd given them everything. One night, around her kitchen table, they hatched a plan. "Let's create something for kids like us," Jake said, eyes bright. Liam suggested an art program, Noah a sports academy, and the twins a STEM lab. Together, they dreamed of a foundation for unwanted children, offering hope where they'd once found none. Sarah, now stronger, listened, tears streaming. "You're already my dream," she whispered. But the boys were determined. They pooled resources, leveraging their skills. Jake designed a sustainable campus, Liam created inspiring murals, Noah secured athlete sponsors, and the twins developed tech labs. The town rallied, inspired by their story. Challenges arose, funding was tight, permits stalled, and doubters called it a pipe dream. But the boys, molded by Sarah's resilience, pushed through. They worked late nights, pitching to investors, their bond unbreakable. Sarah joined them, her strength returning, offering wisdom and coffee-fueled encouragement. By the project's launch, the foundation was more than a building, it was a beacon. Orphans found mentors, art, sports, and science, paths to futures they'd never imagined. The boys named it Sarah's Hope, a tribute to their mother's love. The opening ceremony drew crowds, with Sarah cutting the ribbon, her sons beaming beside her. The world took notice, their story spreading far. But the greatest moment was yet to come, an unthinkable act that would cement their legacy, proving that love could transform not just lives, but the world itself. 25 years after Sarah adopted 5 unwanted boys, the world saw their triumph. Sarah's Hope, their foundation, had grown beyond a single campus. Jake's sustainable designs powered schools globally. Liam's art therapy healed thousands of traumatized kids. Noah's sports academies turned at-risk youth into champions. Ethan and Caleb's solar tech lit up remote communities, their startup now a global force. But the unthinkable wasn't just their success, it was their final act for Sarah. On her 60th birthday, the boys unveiled a surprise. They'd secretly funded a global network of Sarah's Hope Centers, each dedicated to fostering unadoptable children. At the ceremony, broadcast worldwide, they stood beside Sarah, now gray but radiant. Jake spoke first, "Mom gave us a home when no one else would." Liam added, "She saw our worth." Noah grinned, "She taught us to fight." Ethan and Caleb said, "She gave us dreams." Then, they handed her a plaque, Sarah's Hope, changing lives forever. The crowd wept as Sarah, overwhelmed, embraced her sons. Their story, 5 boys, once discarded, now world changers, spread like wildfire. Millions donated, governments partnered, and children found hope in their centers. Sarah, once a lone woman defying odds, became a symbol of love's power. The boys, now men, credited her for every step. As Sarah looked at them, she saw not just her sons, but a legacy that would outlive them all. The unthinkable wasn't just their achievements, it was the ripple of love that transformed countless lives, proving that one woman's faith could reshape the world. Sarah's boys had done the impossible, and their story, born from her heart, would inspire generations.